Dear students, how are you? I hope you are all well. I am also well. I think you are studying at your home. Today we will discuss special use of phrases and words. At first, we will start with have to. Look at the board. Now, there are two examples. First example is our college authority has fixed a uniform for the students. The students have to wear it to attend the classes. Second example, coronavirus has spread throughout the world. In this situation, we have to use face mask and hand gloves to go outside home. So, what can we see from the example? We can see that we have to do certain things. Normally, we do not use gloves and face masks to go outside home. But at present, we are obliged or we are compelled to use face mask and gloves to go outside our home. And example number 1, the students wear uniform to attend the classes because the institution or our college authority has fixed it. So, students are compelled or obliged to wear it. From the two examples, we can see that we use have to in expressing obligation. I repeat it, we use have to in expressing obligation. Now you can ask me, what type of obligation? This type of obligation comes from mainly external sources, that is impersonal. The obligation comes from external sources. The college authority has fixed a uniform for the students. This is external obligation. But students have to maintain the obligation. So we can say that in expressing obligation, we use have to. Our next point, has to. Just read the example. Arif is a journalist. He has to cover news from different parts of the district for his television channel. From this example, what we can see? We can also see that Arif has to collect news from different parts of district. It is his job responsibility or job duty. It is also an obligation for him. This type of obligation has obliged him or compelled him to cover news. So, this type of obligation also comes from outside sources or external sources. So we can see that we use has to in expressing obligation which comes from outside. So in which cases we use has to? Normally, if the subject is singular number and third person, we use has to express obligation in the present time. I think you have understood the use of have to and has to. My dear learners, can you imagine what will we use in expressing obligation of past time? Yes, there is an example of using had to. Just study the sentences. There was a long traffic jam yesterday. I had to reach my home late. So what can we understand from this example? From this example, we can understand that I was not willing to reach home late, but I had to reach home late because there was a traffic jam. It was an external sources of obligation. So, in expressing obligation of past time, we use had to. Remember that had to is used in the similar form, that is, if the number or subject may be of different types, we can use had to in past obligation. So, we have studied the use of have to, has to, and had to. And normally or usually you may have a question now, what will we use in expressing obligation in future time? Okay, in future time, in expressing obligation of future time, we can use just will have to. I repeat it. In expressing obligation to indicate future time, we will just use will have to. Now, we will talk about the use of had better. There are two examples. Just one is, it is getting done. You had better go home now. And second example is, you had better not go outside. It is raining heavily. So what can we see? We can see that it is getting dark. So we have to go home now. And second sentence, you had better not go outside because it is raining heavily. So what does these sentences express? These sentences express advice or suggestion. So we can say that in expressing advice, we can use had better, and if we use had better, then the verb after had better will be in the base form. Another important point is that what will you do if we have to use a negative with the phrase had better? We have to use not immediately after had better. So I think you have understood the use of had better. Next point, would rather. There are also two examples. The weather is very hot. We would rather stay at home than go outside. And second sentence, his parents want him to be a doctor, but he takes an interest in painting. He would rather be a painter than a doctor. So what can we see in the sentences? We see that in the sentences, especially the sentences with would rather, there are two options. First one, there are two options. One is staying at home and another is going outside. What will the speaker do? The speaker will stay at home. He will not go outside. So this indicates that there is a preference or choice. So in expressing preference or choice, we use would rather. In the second sentence, in the second example, he would rather be a painter than a doctor. What will be the speaker? The speaker will be a painter but he will not be a doctor. He will be a painter. It is a preference. So, from this example also we can see that in expressing preference or choice, we use would rather. Now, you can also see that if we use would rather in a sentence, we will have to use the verb form in the base form of verb. So we have to use stay, we have to use be. So I think you are clear about the use of would rather. And next one is the use of so that or in order. There are two sentences. Every year many people visit the Sundarbans so that they can or they may enjoy its beauty. And second example is Arifa went to New Market in order that she could or might buy a mobile phone set. So, from these two sentences we can see that there is a purpose behind the Arifa's going to market and behind the people's visiting the Sundarban. What was the purpose? In the first sentence, the purpose was to enjoy its beauty. That is, to enjoy the beauty of the Sundarbans. And in the second sentence, the purpose was to buy a mobile phone set. So, we can say that in expressing purpose, we use so that or in order that. Remember one thing, that is the verb form of the sentence number 1. Every year many people visit the Sundarbans. This is in the present tense. If the sentence is in the present tense, we have to use the present form of verb. After so that, we have to use subject, and then we have to use can or may, and then we have to use the base form of verb. But if the sentence is in the past tense, we will have to use the following structure. Arifa went to New Market in order that. Arifa went to New Market. This is past tense. So after in order that, we have to use the subject. There is subject Arifa, and we have used the pronoun form of Arifa she. And then we will have to use would or might, and then we will have to use the present form of the verb or the base form of the verb. So, what can we see from the examples? From the examples, we can see that in expressing purpose, we use so that or in order that. In some cases, we can use only that to express purpose. Now, we will discuss the use of as soon as. First example. As soon as the referee blew the whistle, the play began. And second example, the students entered the classroom as soon as the bell rang. So what can you see? There are two parts in every sentence. One is joined with as soon as. Here is one joined with as soon as. In what cases we will use as soon as? As soon as the referee blew the whistle, the play began. Can you imagine which activity takes place first? The play began first, or the referee blew the whistle first? Yes, the referee blew the whistle first. Then the play began. here we can see that the time difference between two actions is very little. In this type of case, we use as soon as. As soon as. Now there may be question, in which part will take as soon as? If you think deeply, you will be able to get the answer. As soon as always is joined with the clause that functions at first. So let us study the sentences again. The referee blew the whistle. This action took first. So we have used as soon as with the clause the referee blew the whistle. And in the second sentence, these students entered the classroom as soon as the bell rang. Which action took place first? The bell rang first. So we have used as soon as before the clause the bell rang. And now you can understand we use as soon as to indicate past simple tense or past indefinite tense. If you see, you will observe, if you observe the sentences, you can see that in both the clauses, past simple tense has been used and time difference is very little. So we can say that if two actions take place and mainly in the past tense and their time difference is very little, we can use as soon as. I think you are clear about the use of as soon as. Now we will talk about another phrase, that is no sooner had than. There are also two examples. First one, no sooner had I switched on the television than electricity went out. And second sentence, no sooner had I finished my breakfast than he phoned me. There is a spelling mistake, I am sorry. He phoned me. So what can you say? These sentences started with no sooner had. If we use no sooner had, then ultimately there comes then. In the second sentence we have used no sooner had, and in the second part we have used then. So structurally, as soon as is the sentences joined with as soon as is an example of affirmative sentence, and the sentences joined with no sooner had is an example of negative sentence. But there is no difference in regard with regard to expressing time. So what can we say? There are also two actions. I switched on the television, electricity went out. Which actions took place first? Can you imagine? Electricity went out first, or I switched on the television first? Yes, I switched on the television first. So the first action always joined with no sooner had. So as we have used here had, so we have to use the verb form is in the past participle form. So switched, past participle form of switched. So what is the result? No sooner had I switched on the television. This action took place first. And what happened immediately after that? The electricity went out. The second action always takes a then before the clause. So we have used here then. Similarly, no sooner had I finished my breakfast than he phoned me. Which actions took place first? I finished my breakfast or he phoned me. From the example we can see that I finished my breakfast. This action takes place first and he phoned me immediately after my breakfast. So we have used no sooner had with the clause I finished my breakfast. Remember it, as we have used here had, we have to use the verb in the past participle form. That is, the past participle form of finish is finished. And before the second action or before the second clause, we will have to use then. Remember that it is an important point to note that though there is a matter regarding time, we have to use then THEN. Though we know THEN then is a time referring word, but here we have to be careful about the use of then. So what can we see? We can see that in sentences with no sooner had then we express past tense, and especially one clause is in the past perfect tense, that is no sooner had clause. The clause started with no sooner had, and another clause is in the past simple tense, and this clause takes a then. So I think you have understood the use of no sooner had and then. Similarly, we can say that if we do not use no sooner had and then in a sentence, alternatively, what we can use? We can use scarcely had when, hardly had when. That is, where we have used no sooner had, in this place we can use scarcely had, and in place of them we can use when. If we do not use either no sooner had or scarcely had when, then what can we use? We have also an option. The option is we can use hardly had in place of no sooner had or scarcely had. And in place of then, we can use when in both type of examples with scarcely had and hardly had. Dear learners, I think you have understood the use of special words and phrases we have discussed now. So, I think that you will study these items at your home, and you will be careful about your health. Always take care of your health and be safe from coronavirus. Thank you all.